How's it going, YouTube world? Welcome back to the channel, and I hope everybody is doing well. Hey, today will be a DIY video. That's right, do it yourself. I'll be doing my 3-hole fluid change on my 2024 Harley Davidson Road Glide. If most of y'all may know, I've actually exceeded the 10,000 mile range on my mileage on the Road Glide. Actually, I'm at like 12,000 miles now. So I'm gonna do my change on my fluids myself. It shouldn't be too bad of a project, and so I'm gonna take y'all along with me. And actually, I printed out the 10K service, the little checklist that you do when you're doing your 10-mile services, your 10,000 mile services. Shouldn't be too bad. I think at least 90% of the checklist is stuff you can just eyeball and just kind of tighten up and make sure there's no major issues. But most importantly, I'm gonna do the 3-hole fluid change, and I'm gonna take y'all along with me just to let y'all know you can do it yourself. It's not that bad. If you know your measurements and your torque specs, you should be fine. And all this stuff you can get in the service manual, and you can actually look online and get it done. So yeah, I'm gonna take y'all along with me, and so I really appreciate y'all for tuning into the channel. And again, it's fall weather riding, baby. It's the best time to ride. I mean, it's not as hot, it's not as cold. Again, thank y'all for watching. Thank y'all for tuning in. Let's get ready to knock it out, baby. I got all the tools, and I'll be running AMSOIL. I actually ran AMSOIL through all my metric bikes, the Kawasaki, the Honda, the Yamaha ATVs. I ran AMSOIL through, actually, when I had my ATV years, I ran Bel Ray twice. No, is that right? Yeah, I ran Bel Ray twice, and then I went to AMSOIL. But AMSOIL has been a pretty good product. I'm not sponsored by AMSOIL at all. I just think they're actually, pretty good product. And so I'm gonna run it through the Harley Davidson. I've heard it makes the bike run cooler. It made my Kawasaki smoother and ran cooler. They never ran hot. The Honda Shadow that I had. So yeah, I think it's a good product for AMSOIL. But I'm gonna take y'all along with me. And yeah, we should knock it out. Let's get to it, baby. In the land of passion. All right, y'all, so the first thing I'm gonna do is actually let the bike run for like a minute or so, just so the oil can flow through the engine and it could actually get hot, and so it'll come out even faster. So yeah, let's let the bike run for a few minutes. Back. All right, y'all, so I'll be doing everything on the Jiffy stand. I will not be putting the bike up on the jack. You could actually do it on the Jiffy stand if you would like, or you could put it up on the jack if you like. To me, I just think it's easier just to leave the bike on the Jiffy stand, and so that's how I'm gonna change mine. And pretty much I'll show you where everything is. Most of y'all may already know this, but hey, I'm brand new to the Harley game. This is totally new to me, but it's self-explanatory. So this is for your oil. This is for your transmission. Go to the other side. And primary. See if I can get under here. This is your primary. And where's that bolt? Right here. That bolt there. It's for your primary. Yeah, it shouldn't be hard to do. So I'm actually drain the engine oil out first, and I'll show you what those bolts are. Hope y'all can see that. Let me focus in. Yep. So the bolt that faces your front wheel goes that way. This bolt here is for your engine, and this second bolt here for your transmission. And I'm going to drain the engine first. Should be hot enough, so I'm gonna drain the engine out first, and so let's get to it. All right, y'all, so the socket that you need for the transmission, I think all of them, but I think the transmission and the engine is a 5/8, and so I'm gonna go ahead on and drain the oil out. I got my pan, well actually I gotta get my pan up under there, and we're gonna get to it. All right, y'all, so here we go. We're gonna unscrew this bolt. I actually took the dipstick open, so I opened it up. And so yeah, we about to take it off. Should make it drain faster. Let me let y'all look at the oil real quick. It ain't too bad, but focus. It ain't too bad, but it's time to change it. All right, let's get this bolt off. And just ease it. Okay. Let me get my, see if I can hand. Yeah, I can do it by hand. All right. All draining out. That bolt don't look bad at all. Alright, so I'm gonna let that drain for a minute. Alright, y'all, real quick. This O-ring on this plug doesn't look bad. But I'll change it anyway. Let's take a look at it. Focus. It doesn't look bad. I'll change it anyway. I think Harley Davidson recommends you change your O-ring every fluid change. So I'll go ahead and do it. And I won't be putting any of that Teflon tape around those threads. I'm not gonna risk my engine getting clogged up. And I'll probably put a little oil around it just so it won't strip. And just be gentle putting them back in. And I think I'll be all right. Just still waiting for the oil to come out. It's probably all out now. But yeah, just wanted to share that with y'all. O-ring looks good, but I'll still replace it. All right, y'all, while we wait on the oil to drain out of the engine, I'm gonna show y'all what comes in the kit when you purchase it from AMSOIL. I pretty much typed in my year, make, and model and hit enter, and then it pretty much pulls up the whole kit for you. So that lets you know you have everything you need for your bike. And so yeah, let's open it up and see what we get in here. Paper side. All right, so number one, got your transmission fluid, V-twin. I went with the synthetic. We have our primary fluid, went with the synthetic. And oh, we can't forget our free shop rags. All right, and pretty much here's the fluid, the oil. All right, that's it. Open it up. Okay, got a letter from the CEO. Got our oil filter. AMSOIL, boy, they'll give you some stickers, boy. Alright, here's the oil. 20W50. Alright, just showing y'all I put the new O-rings on there. Alright, so most of the oil is drained out. And so I'm gonna put the plug back in. I'm gonna do it by hand first, and then I'll tighten it up with the screw, and I'll go get my torque wrench. All right, yeah, I'll come back. So now I'm gonna pretty much do the same for the transmission. All right, y'all, so now it's time to open the transmission dipstick. And so that's a 3A Allen. And here I have my 3A Allen. So let's get this open. Gotta be careful with this because I think it's plastic. If I can get it with my hand. Yep, I can get it mixed up with my hand. All right, so this is for the transmission. got that off. And some will go down below and take the drain plug out. Again, the transmission is also a 5/8, so we're gonna loosen it up. There we go. All right. I'll just try to do it by hand at this point. All right. Transmission plug. Don't look bad at all neither. Man, this fluid is clean, yo. Don't look too bad. Focus. I'll change this O-ring as well. All right, we got our transmission fluid dripping out. All right, y'all, so the transmission is empty. Gonna put the plug back in. I let it run for a minute. And so I'm gonna put the plug back in. Transmission and oil will be empty. Got the new O-ring on there, so I'm gonna just do it by hand. And then I'll tighten it to specs in a few minutes. All right, so we'll go to the other side and we'll do the primary. All right, y'all, so we're pretty much gonna utilize a star pattern when we're taking off our bolts here on the primary cover. Pretty much everybody knows what a star pattern is. If you don't, I'll show you real quick. Basically, pick your bolt you're gonna start at. Here, you're just gonna go across. Here, you're gonna go down. Here, up. Here, down here. So that's pretty much your star pattern. All right, y'all, and for the derby cover, I am using a T27. This is a T27. It fit pretty good in here. Actually fit well in here. I do have a T25. It was a little loose, but I'm gonna use the T27 and the star bit and see. Focus, focus, focus. Anyway, this is a T27 and we're gonna go ahead on and get this derby cover off. And I am not going to replace my derby cover gasket because if it looks good, I'm not gonna replace it because it was replaced when I took it to Norris, and when they did the 5,000 service, they replaced it. All right, just be gentle with it. Go down. All right, we'll go up. All right, and we'll go down. All right, so that's pretty much our star pattern. All right, derby cover is off. Doesn't look bad. I'll clean that up. My neighbor playing his jazz again. Don't look too bad. Oh, quick reflex. All right, got the new O-ring on here. Focus. Got the new O-ring on there. Fluid's almost out. All right, so all the fluid is pretty much out of here. I'm going to go ahead on and put the plug back in. Got the new O-ring, and I'm gonna put the fluid back in here. I'm gonna go ahead and put it back in. And I think this is I think the primary is like anywhere from 28 to 30 ounces. I'm gonna go ahead and put this back in here. Strip it doesn't take too much. I'll go get my torque wrench. Alright, so that is on. Alright, it's primary. So this should be enough. For the primary. Again, we'll do our star pattern. All right, so we'll pretty much do our star pattern to get everything back on, and we'll be good to go. Primary's done. Now let's get this oil filter. All right, y'all, so now we're about to get our oil filter, which is right here. I'm gonna see if I can get it by hand. Let me see. Nah, I can't get it by hand. Can I? So we're gonna get our oil filter off. I'm gonna put, so I won't waste it, I'm gonna put a towel down here. Stuff it down there. I know I'm probably still gonna waste a little bit, but I have this little piece right here, but I don't know if it'll work. I'm not gonna try it. It's maybe easier just to put a towel down here so it won't drip. And then I have some brake fluid too that I'll put on. I'll put some brake fluid if I waste any. And I got my skid plate, and I got my bucket down here, so. Because I know I'm gonna waste a little bit. So two methods that I have this right here, where I can just grab it and turn, or I can use this. I can just put it on and twist it. I don't know. I'm gonna try. I want to do something different. I want to try these. See if I can get in there and take it off. Let me see. Can I get in there and take it off? Got it? Yep. Okay. Turn it. Let's turn it. Okay, so we turn it. Okay, so look at all that oil. Jeez. All right, so got that off. I got Trey said it'll burn off. All right, so here's my new filter here. Some Amsoil. Came in this right here. Part number if you want it. So I'm gonna put a little oil in here, just a little bit. Got my synthetic 2050. Put a little bit in here. Just a little bit, not too much. And I'm gonna put a little bit over the ring. All right, we got our oil filter back on. Pretty much do this by hand, and I'll tighten it up a little bit. I don't want to over tighten it, don't take too much. Okay, that's tight. I don't want to do it too tight. Oil filter's on, so let's put the fluids back in here and I'm gonna check my levels. All right, y'all, so the drain plug's torque was 14 foot-pounds, and I actually torqued it down to 14. Focus. Man, this thing will not focus. I torqued it down to 14 with my torque wrench, and now I'm just gonna add my fluids and we'll be good to go. All right, so we're gonna go ahead on and add my fluids. Since it wasn't dry, I'm gonna add about 4.3, 4.4, and then I'm gonna check my levels and see where we are. And for the transmission, I think it takes anywhere from, I think, 28 to 32. And so I'm gonna check that level as well. And yeah, we'll be good to go, y'all. And then I'm gonna just kind of inspect the bike, but I'll do that off camera. I just want to get this 3-hole done, baby. All right, so that's about 4.3, and yeah, I'm gonna check the levels after I let it warm. So now we're just gonna put some in the transmission and we'll be done. Transmission. Turn it on and just check the levels. So the oil level is full, right where it's supposed to be. All right, y'all, that's pretty much it for today's video. If y'all noticed, I changed my 3-hole fluid change on my 2024 Harley Davidson Road Glide. Everything worked out well. Thank y'all for watching. Thank y'all for tuning in. I'll catch you on the next one. Later.